There comes a moment in life, a moment where you realize that you're not really living your days are living you. You wake up, you rush, you react, you respond, but you're not in control. And deep down, you feel it. Maybe it's subtle. Maybe it's the pile of papers on your desk you mean to go through, but never do. Maybe it's the unanswered messages, the forgotten birthdays, the clothes in the corner of your room, the ideas you once had but never wrote down, until they slipped away, forgotten. Or maybe it's bigger. Maybe you're running from one emergency to another, putting out fires all day, and by the time you catch your breath, the day is gone. You go to bed thinking, tomorrow will be better, but tomorrow arrives, and nothing changes. The truth is, disorganization is not just a messy desk. It's a messy life. It's the slow, invisible thief of your time, your energy, your potential. It doesn't hurt all at once. It drains you drop by drop, until you look back and wonder where the months, the years, have gone. I've been there. I know what it's like to wake up already tired, because your mind never got a break. Because your brain has been carrying hundreds of open loops, unfinished tasks, unmade decisions, unresolved issues. It's like trying to run a marathon while carrying a backpack full of bricks. Here's the hard truth. Nobody is coming to take that backpack off your shoulders. Nobody is going to magically arrange your schedule, file your papers, plan your week, write your goals. If you don't do it, it doesn't get done. If you don't take control, life will control you. And let's be honest, life without organization is exhausting. It's like living in a house where every drawer is overflowing, where every room is filled with clutter. You can still move around, but every step is harder than it should be. You trip over things. You lose things. You waste time. And eventually, you waste opportunities. Think about it. How many doors in your life have closed simply because you weren't ready when they opened? Because you didn't have the right document, the right plan, the right answer at the right moment? Success doesn't wait for you to get your life together. It rewards the ones who are ready, who are prepared, who are organized. That's why organization is not a luxury. It's not something you do when you have time. It's a survival skill. It's the foundation for every dream, every goal, every ambition you have. When your life is disorganized, you live in reaction mode. You spend your days responding to other people's priorities, instead of creating your own. You're like a boat without a rudder, moving, yes, but only where the wind and the waves decide to take you. But when you force yourself to get organized, everything changes. Suddenly, you can see the horizon clearly. You know where you're going. You can steer your life in the direction you want. And I say, force yourself, because let's be honest, nobody feels like organizing their life. We all resist it. We tell ourselves we'll start tomorrow, that we work better under pressure, that we're just not the organized type. But here's a reality you can't ignore. Your future self is counting on you to get organized today. Because every day you delay, the cost grows. You lose time you'll never get back. You lose peace you'll never recover. You lose chances that will never come again. So ask yourself right now, if you keep living exactly as you are, with the same habits, the same level of organization, where will you be in 1 year? In 5 years? Are you okay with that? If the answer is no, then this is your wake-up call. This is the moment to stop drifting and start steering. And it starts with a decision. A decision to say, I will no longer let chaos run my life. I will create order. I will take control. Even if it's hard, even if I don't feel like it. Even if I have to start small. Because once you do, you'll feel something powerful, clarity. And clarity is the beginning of every great achievement in life. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to move from chaos to clarity, from reacting to creating, from being overwhelmed to being in control. But first, remember this. Organization is not about being perfect. It's about making your life easier, lighter, and more intentional, so you can finally focus on what truly matters. The power of order. Order is not just about a clean desk or color-coded folders. Order is a mindset, a declaration to yourself and the world. I am in control of my life. Think of your mind as a giant workbench. If the workbench is covered in clutter, old tools, random scraps, half-finished projects, you can't see the surface. You can't even start a new project without first pushing the mess aside. Now imagine that same workbench perfectly organized. Every tool in its place, every surface clear, everything you need within reach. Which version of you is going to produce better results? That's what organization does for your life. It creates mental space, space where you can think clearly, where you can focus, where you can make decisions without the weight of 1,000 distractions pulling at you. Brian Tracy says, "Every minute you spend planning and organizing saves you 10 minutes in execution." Think about that. One small, disciplined action today, like writing your top 3 priorities for tomorrow, can save you hours of wasted effort later. And it's not just about saving time. It's about saving energy. Every time you look for something you've misplaced, every time you try to remember what you promised someone, every time you rush to meet a deadline you forgot about, you spend mental energy that could have been used to move you forward. Disorganization is like a leak in your fuel tank. It doesn't empty you all at once, but little by little, it drains your capacity to move forward. Organization is how you seal the leak, so every drop of your time and energy goes toward your goals, not toward cleaning up yesterday's mess. And here's the thing, order builds confidence. When your environment is in order, when your calendar is clear, when your priorities are written down, you walk differently. You speak differently. You make decisions faster and with more certainty. Because you know where you're going. And you know what you need to do today to get there. Let me give you a simple but powerful example. 2 people get the same opportunity. A job offer, a client meeting, a new partnership. One of them is organized, they already have their documents ready, their notes are prepared, their schedule is clear. The other is scrambling, searching for files, canceling other appointments, making excuses. Who do you think leaves a better impression? Who do you think gets ahead faster? Opportunities often go to the people who are ready, and readiness is a product of order. So how do you start creating that order? Start small. Don't think you have to reorganize your whole life in one weekend. Pick one area, just one, and put it in perfect order. It could be your workspace. Clear everything off your desk except what you need for the task at hand. It could be your digital life. Clean up your email inbox, create folders for your files, unsubscribe from things you never read. It could be your finances. Write down every bill you have, set up automatic payments, know exactly what's coming in and going out each month. When you create order in one area, you'll feel a mental shift. You'll feel lighter. You'll feel more in control. And that feeling will spill into other areas of your life. Because order has momentum. Once you see the benefit in one place, you'll want it everywhere. But let me warn you, creating order takes effort, especially at the beginning. You might resist it. You might think, I don't have time for this. But here's the paradox. The time you invest in creating order gives you back far more time than you spend. Think of it like sharpening an axe before chopping wood. It feels like you're wasting time at first, but once you start, you cut faster, easier, and with less effort. An organized life works the same way. And remember, order is not about perfection. It's about control. It's about creating an environment where your goals are easier to reach, where your energy goes to the right places, and where you are always ready for what life brings. The more order you create, the more peace you will feel. The more peace you feel, the better you will perform. And the better you perform, the faster you will move toward the life you want. So before we go to the next part, I want you to ask yourself, what is one small, specific area of your life you can put in perfect order today? Write it down. Commit to it. And start. Because the power of order is real. And the moment you embrace it, you stop drifting, and you start driving. Discipline. The bridge between chaos and control. Now that you understand the power of order, there's one truth you must accept. Organization is not a one-day project. It's a lifestyle. Anyone can clean their desk once. Anyone can make a to-do list on a Monday morning. But the real transformation, The kind that changes your life comes from consistency. That's where discipline comes in. Discipline is the bridge between chaos and control. It's the daily commitment to keep the order you worked so hard to create. It's the quiet, invisible force that keeps your life running smoothly, day after day, week after week. The problem is, discipline isn't glamorous. It doesn't give you the same instant rush as a big goal or a bold idea. It's repetitive. It's often boring. And that's why most people abandon it. But here's the reality: without discipline, order will always collapse back into chaos. It's like cleaning a garden once and then never pulling the weeds again. At first, it looks beautiful, but in a matter of weeks, the weeds take over. If you want a life that stays organized, you must force yourself to practice daily maintenance. That means building small, non-negotiable habits. Habits so simple they almost seem too easy, until you realize they're the foundation of success. For example, every evening, take 5 minutes to put your workspace in order. Every Sunday night, plan your week in advance. Every morning, review your top 3 priorities before doing anything else. 5 minutes here. 10 minutes there. It doesn't seem like much. But these small acts of discipline create a rhythm for your life, a structure that keeps chaos from creeping back in. Discipline also means doing what you know you should do, even when you don't feel like it. Especially when you don't feel like it. Anyone can be organized on a good day, when the sun is shining, when you're full of energy, when you're in the mood. But the real test comes on the bad days, the days you're tired, stressed, or discouraged. Those are the moments that define you. Think about a professional athlete. They don't train only when they feel motivated. They train every day, because they know that success is the product of discipline, not mood. Your life works the same way. And here's something else about discipline. It requires rules, and the courage to follow them. A rule could be as simple as, if it takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. Never end the day without planning tomorrow. No phone in the first hour of the morning. When you set these rules for yourself, you remove the need for constant decision-making. You don't waste mental energy asking, should I do this now or later? You already know the answer. The truth is, discipline is freedom in disguise. Most people think rules will limit them, but in reality, rules protect you from the chaos that limits you far more. Here's a powerful mental shift. Stop thinking of discipline as punishment, and start thinking of it as protection. Every habit, every rule, every structure you create is protecting your future from unnecessary struggle. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Yes, discipline can feel hard. But so is living in chaos. So is always being behind. So is watching opportunities slip through your fingers because you weren't ready. The difference is, discipline is hard for a short time, but it makes life easier for a long time. Chaos feels easy in the moment, but it makes life hard forever. The choice is yours. Brian Tracy often says, successful people are simply those with successful habits. And habits are nothing more than discipline, repeated until they become automatic. So start with one. Pick one habit that will help you maintain order in your life, and commit to it for the next 30 days. Track it. Protect it. Do it even when it's inconvenient. Because once it becomes part of who you are, you won't need to force it anymore, it will happen naturally. Remember this: if you can master yourself, you can master your life. And the tool for mastering yourself is discipline. Discipline turns dreams into plans, plans into actions, and actions into results. It's the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Cross it. Every single day. Your turn to act. Right now, you are standing at a crossroads. On one side is the life you've been living, the familiar patterns, the same habits, the same results. On the other side is the life you could be living, a life where you wake up clear, confident, and in control. The question is, which road will you take? If you choose the first road, the one you've been walking, nothing will change. The chaos will still be there. The stress will still be there. The missed opportunities will still be there. And little by little, you'll start believing that this is just how life is. But if you choose the second road, if you decide to force yourself to get organized, to bring order to your days, to discipline your actions, you will be shocked at how quickly your life can change. Because order is like a rising tide, it lifts everything. When your environment is in order, your mind calms down. When your mind is calm, you make better decisions. When you make better decisions, you get better results. And when you get better results, your confidence grows. And here's the thing. You don't have to wait months to feel it. The very first day you start organizing one small part of your life, you'll feel a difference. That's the gift of action. It gives you an instant sense of control. But you must start. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Today. Because every day you wait is a day lost. And the cost of disorganization is invisible until it's too late. You lose an hour here, a chance there, you forget one detail, you miss one deadline, and suddenly, the big opportunity you were waiting for is gone. Not because you weren't capable, but because you weren't ready. I want you to imagine something. Imagine 1 year from now. Imagine you took today's message seriously. You decided that from this day forward, you would live with intention. You would know exactly where your time is going. Your home would be in order. Your finances would be under control. Your goals would be written and visible. Your calendar would be your ally, not your enemy. How much lighter would you feel? How much more confident? How many new opportunities would you be able to say yes to, simply because you were prepared? Now imagine the opposite. Imagine you do nothing. 1 year passes. You're still scrambling. You're still making the same excuses. You're still missing the same chances. And the only thing that has changed is that you've lost 12 more months you'll never get back. The difference between those two futures comes down to one thing: the decision you make right now. You don't have to overhaul your entire life today. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to start. Start with one small, concrete action. Write down your top 3 goals for this month. Spend 10 minutes clearing your workspace. Plan tomorrow before you go to bed tonight. Small actions lead to momentum. Momentum leads to change. And change leads to transformation. But you must take the first step. No one will do it for you. No one will hand you an organized life on a silver platter. You are responsible for the structure you create, and you are capable of creating it. I believe in you. I believe you can take control of your time, your space, and your future. And I believe that years from now, you can look back on this moment as the turning point. The day you decided to stop living in reaction, and start living with intention. So here's my challenge to you. Before the sun sets today, choose one area of your life and bring it into order. Do it not for me, not for anyone else. Do it for the future version of yourself who will thank you. And if this message has spoken to you, don't keep it to yourself. Click like right now, share it with someone who needs this wake-up call, and tell me in the comments, what is one thing you will organize before today ends? And of course, subscribe to this channel. Because, every week, I share the tools, the strategies, and the mindset shifts that will help you become unstoppable. Not someday, not when you have time, but starting now. Take control. Get organized. Discipline yourself. And step into the life you were meant to live. Your future is not waiting forever. It's waiting right now.